I want to share a quote that I find really piercing. And for whatever reason, I imagine Robin Williams saying this, but in all of the research I've done, I cannot find that this was a line that he spoke in one of his movies. But in my mind, I imagine him saying it to a teenage girl. Okay. You are a terribly real thing in a terribly false world. And that, I believe, is why you are in so much pain. That's from Emily Autumn's Asylum for Wayward Victorian Girls. And what I love about that, and I'm going to say it again in my own words, when we are in pain, or when someone we know is in pain, so much of it is because what's normal is not natural. And so if you imagine this big ravine, and there's a huge crevasse between one side of the ravine and the other, and we're sitting on the normal side, and where we want to be, our true nature, is on the natural side. And the gap we feel between where we are and where we want to be represents the gap, that the amount of pain that we're feeling. Does that make sense? So the greater the distance between where we are and where we want to be, right? Like if there's only a few inches and then it drops down 1,000 feet below us, no problem, right? We just step over the couple inch gap and we're fine. And so what's normal and what's natural, we want those to be really, really close. But in our modern, sophisticated society, all of a sudden, this gap between what's normal and what's natural has widened. And now, by and large, we're feeling a lot of pain, whether it's on an individual level or collective level. There's a lot of pain happening because what's normal is definitely not natural. And we want to feel that what is normal is natural. This is like our safe home. So that quote is so poignant because it's like, you are a terribly real thing. You are a terribly natural thing in a terribly false, crazy normal world. And that is why we feel so much pain. So recognize the gap between where we are and where we want to be, and the perceived distance, whether it's true or not, the distance between where we are and where we want to be is what creates pain. And you can apply this to any area of your life. If you are with a partner and the relationship doesn't feel good, there's a really big gap between where you are now and where you want to be. And so what can we do to narrow that gap so we feel less pain? So we're in greater alignment with our values, our goals, our authenticity. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that today. And if you have any questions or comments, I would love, love, love to hear from you. Also, at the middle of the month, I'm going to be opening up my community called The Desire Code, and we're going to just dive into all sorts of juicy things like this. And then I also have a phenomenal program that I'm going to put in there as well, so we can all move step by step through this and using our home as our canvas. So have a beautiful day.